Hello and welcome. So, going to take a look at the Times quick cryptic crossword, and this is being published on Tuesday, the 4th of February 2025. And it's been set by Joker, which is a name I thought, gosh, we've already had a lot of those. And actually, this is his fourth puzzle of the year, and it's only the 4th of February. I mean, most of there's a group of setters who contribute a couple of puzzles every month. You know, so there's 20. I think they're probably contracted to do 24, 25 a year, maybe more now that we've got the Saturdays as well. But just looking back through my records, the times have been getting quicker. It was 25 on the first one, then 13, then 11. But on the last one, it was one of my few fails this year. I just couldn't get stage struck in 11 minutes. But I think when they do two puzzles a month, one tends to be easy, one tends to be hard. So I'm expecting this to be a little bit harder. And just looking at these letters around here, there's nothing to help out. You know, if I had a word going down there, and I could get that, then I'd have all the starter letters for these clues here, and maybe in these if it was a long one, and likewise the problem there. But we'll see. So enough of waffling. I'm going to reset the timer and crack on. Harry getting ship initially into UN Harbour. That's something to do with gorillas normally. Gorilla? No, gorillas. Harry. Gorillas. UN Harbour. Don't know what that is. Exists on old fruit. Existed, lives, or be. I mean, that must be some kind of mango or something, mustn't it? Ending in O, I think. Old. Oh, hang on. On old means exists. Orange. Orange. Because on will mean turn it round. Exists. Orange. O. Oh, medicine. Reordered. Gosh, that's 8 letters. With pressure for new. Okay, so medicine reordered, but with pressure for new. So is that an anagram of. That's epidemic, isn't it, I think? That's a bit of an interesting one. Epidemic. So that's medicine with a P for an N. Anagrammed, gosh. Ran to go round one. Dilapidated. So that's run, ruin. Ruin, okay. Yep. What might make you choke, but not quietly? What might make you choke, but not quietly? Too similar, too sage. What? Too similar. Facilitate is ease, rent or easy. Rental agreement knocking off pounds, yeah. Ease with lease, losing the L. Wasted items not good. Wasted items thin, yeah. Small lawsuit involving case, introduction of needless penalty. Lawsuit's a case. Small case involving introduction of, so that's put an N into something to get to a penalty. Gosh. Violent whirlwind has ripped off flap. 3 letters. A violent whirlwind. Violent. Spy undercover in Smolensk is not very hidden mole. Arrogantly order. Excavation replacing central Dover. Well, the centre of Dover is V or OVE. Order, excavation. Could it be an anagram of. What's the replacing bit? Excavation is a dig. I wonder if it's a word that begins with D and R, arrogantly. So if we get an R and 21 down when we get there. Question, Tea Party organiser, when 3 characters go. I mean, that's the Mad Hatter, isn't it? Which would be hat. What? Question. What? Who? Why? Where? When? Hatter? Tea Party organisation. I think it's the Mad Hatter's Tea Party. Yeah, Mad Hatter's Tea Party. When 3 characters go. Can tyres get shredded in race? Looks like an around can tyres, doesn't it? Which would be what race would that be? Ancestry. Oh, that's an interesting misdirection. Ancestry, I think. Try ancestry. I've seen that 3 times now. That word. It came up in Sunday's Cryptic, I think. Ancestor. With what mill produces is hard to find. With what mill? Mill produces flour. Flourish, I think, which is to flourish. Flourish. There we go. Thrive. Yep. Road event may take place here. On the road, obviously. Road event may take place here. Arena. Employed in university post vacated by Newton. Employed, used, which is you. What's the wordplay there? Take out an N. Post. University. Post. Send. Gosh, there's a lot going on in these clues. Very little boy trapping insect. Well, that's going to be a lad, isn't it? Lady. Lad. No. Very little boy. So very little is tiny. God. Hostile state. Evacuated square. I feel like there ought to be a hidden word there with all those E's in the clue. Square normally says, what we've got one, could be one, state, eon, hostile, state, evacuated is SE. Square would be, what was it, 149, 16, 25, blah blah blah. I think that's ST for state evacuated. Or is it? No, actually maybe it's that. Oh, that way, SE. I'll have to think about that. Oh, we'll have to think about it. English 11, that's XI, I suppose, with time to go out. Exit. There we go. Ah, nice, clever. Fresh shoe. Insert needs trimming to begin with. Gosh. Fresh. So shoe insert is your insole. Insole needs trimming to begin with. Phew. Is it time? Maybe it's cert with shoe. Anagram. Blah. Burn slowly and decompose after seconds. There's my seconds. Decompose is to rot. Burn slowly is to simmer. It's not really simmer, although the way I'll cook it is. What's that? Burn slowly could be something like largo or lento. I don't think that's going to go on the end of a clue though. Decompose after seconds. Decay. Local inhabitant, innocent about beginnings of trouble. About naive, native. Gosh, that was the worst bit of typing I've ever done, I think. That's probably been worse, to be fair. Drum, mostly filled with a fruit. Oh gosh, with a fruit. Drum. Mostly filled with a fruit. Mostly is some. Some with an A. Fruit. Don't know. Can't get that one. Seemingly only off in the middle of the day. Not on. Seemingly only off. I think that's noon, but I don't quite understand the wordplay. But not on would be seemingly off. Yeah, no on, I think that is. So it's not on. Seemingly only off. Never on. Not good about that. Soldiers being silly, going topless. Soldiers, army, barmy. Okay, that throws my DR. It could be my DR theory, which would be arrogantly order would be to do arrogantly replacing centre or excavation, which would be unless order comes first and then D-thing R. Okay, is there any more downs? No, not that one. No, that's all of them. Okay, that's gone okay, I would say. Oh, into UN Harbour. Well, unhairy, ship is un-S. Harbour is port. Getting ship initially. Oh gosh. UN Harbour. Hairy. Okay. Well, this one exists on all fruit. Okay. Lives. Olives. Olives. There we go. Olives. I said there's no there somewhere. What might make you choke, but not quietly? gas. I think that's gas. I think I'm going to leave that A, but I think, you know, gas is a word for to talk, isn't it? So gas would choke you, but it would also be you chatting, which makes the word play. Let's have a look at this A down here. Violent whirlwind has flap ripped off. Has ripped off flap. Whirlwind. Hurricane. Tornado. Ado, I think that is. Torn. Yeah, torn. Torn. Okay. This one. Road event. Oh gosh. Event may take place here. Event. Avenue. A venue. There you go. I've seen that in the dim and distant past. A venue. Good. Okay. Too similar to sage. My brain's saying different, but it can't be obviously. Two is also. To sage is wise. Too similar. This one. Very little boy trapping insect. Very little. Midget. Midge. Something to smidgen, I think that was smid. Yes, sun. Okay, I'm going to go. Well, I can't go gas yet, but I'm fairly certain that's going to be hairy. Is There's my S, and there's the name of a port in there, and my list of port harbours. Sorry, harbour. This is hostile. State hostile is square. Question. Okay, so what's this? Mad at. Mad. 3 letters. Okay, so it's Mad Hatter without matter. Is that right? Mad Hatter. Yeah, lose the the ADH. Question. Matter. Okay, well, let's get on to the question. What's the matter, I suppose? Drum. What's my word? My list of drum words isn't very high at the moment. Mostly filled. This burn slowly and decompose after seconds. S something smoulder. Is that smoulder? No. Smoulder apart from smoulder. Decompose. Mould. Yeah, oh yeah, it's smoulder, isn't it? It's smoulder as in M-O-U, I think. Mould. Moulder. Okay. Yeah, turn into mould, I suppose. I'm going to go with that. I'm not entirely sure. Hasn't felt the easiest of crosswords. Okay, what's this lawsuit? Introduction of needless. Well, there's my N for needless. That doesn't help me then. Penalty. That one. This one. Finish shoe insert fresh. Too similar to sage. I think there's a wise in there. Likewise. Likewise. Okay. So it was an insert is an insol, isn't it? Insolvent or something. Insol fresh. Insolent. Don't get fresh with me. Insol needs trimming, and then NT for needs trimming. Okay. This I think is some kind of D word. But where the D goes. Arrogant order excavation. Replacing centre of Dover. So we've got. Okay, so Dover, domineer. Excavations are mine, yeah, they are. Gosh, this is a complicated puzzle for a QC, I think, if I'm being honest, which I am. As usual. Oh, what's this? Small lawsuit is a. Oh golly, what is it? A penalty is a sanction, an action then. Okay, getting there. Drum. Timitor. What's this word? Mostly filled with a fruit. Tomato. I don't know what a tom-drum. Tom-tom. Okay, so tom-tom with an A in it. Fair enough. Which just leaves these two. Which, well, assuming gas is correct, which I think it will be. Hairy is unshaved. Haven, yes, unshaven. So haven is a harbour, which means this must be aggress. I'm trying to get evacuated square. A something E something SE. Um, um, hostile. Averse, I suppose. I think that's averse. Ava, hostile. State. State. Yes. There we go. Hey, 1407. I will very much take that one because I do not think that was a nice nice QC at all. There was a lot of adding things here, putting things here, taking out this, putting that in. Gosh. Right, let's go through that because that was... Whew. Okay, so hairy is unshaven, fair enough. Ship initially, so take the S of ship, put that into a UN, harbour. Harbour is a haven. Exists is lives, and then on the end of O for old. And fruit is olives. So that's kind of the wordplay. I think I probably said B or lives in the start, and I also said O, and then moved it. Said I'll probably need to get the front, and so it was all there. This was a so we've got the word medicine reordered. So an anagram of medicine, except we then need to put a P for to take the N out of medicine and put a P in to get to epidemic, which is a widespread disease. Now, to be fair, I think probably most people now know what an epidemic is after the pandemic, so maybe it's not too bad to have that there, but interesting cluing there. Manage, if you manage something, you run it. You manage the local pub, you run the pub. To go round one, so I for one, and a dilapidated historic site could be a ruin. So gas might make you choke, but gas is also when you talk. People say, "Oh, you stop gassing," so you wouldn't be quiet. Too similar to sage, so okay, so that's a double definition then. I think two is likewise. I'll do that too. I'll do that likewise. And similar to a sage is likewise. If it's double, maybe it's a cryptic hint, I don't know. Anyway, facilitate is to ease, make things easy. A rental agreement is a lease, but we need to knock off L for pounds, the old Latin pre-decimalisation thing. Wasted is thin. An item is a thing, but without the G, so thing becomes thin. A small also is a small action, and then introduce involving, so involving the introduction of needless, so N is the introduction of needless. So put that in, gives you a sanction, which is a penalty. Violent. A violent is okay. Yeah, a violent whirlwind is a tornado. Has ripped off. So take the torn part off of a tornado, leaves you with a do. And if you're in a do, you're in a flap. Spy is a mole. Undercover is our hidden word indicator in Smolensk. I think that may be the perfect pronunciation. And if it isn't, it's my Sean Connery Russian or whatever that is pronunciation. I'm not sure actually where Smolensk is. I would have said Russia. Maybe a little bit west of there. I'm not sure. Arrogantly is domineer. We've got an order. What are we doing? I've got to remember how this goes. Arrogantly order is to domineer. Excavation is a mine, and that's replacing the V in Dover. So you've got D-O-E-R with mine put into it. So the V for a mine. There you go. So we need to talk about the matter. We need to talk about this question. So question equals matter, and the Tea Party organiser was the Mad Hatter, and lose one of the A's, DH, or the DHA. Whichever way you want to do it, 3 characters go missing. So good little surface there about, because I think there were 3 other people. There's the Dormouse, Alice, and the White Rabbit in Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. Can tires is an anagram of ancestry. Get shredded is telling you it's an anagram, and race, ancestry could be a race. Flourish is to thrive, and a mill produces flour, and is, and then H for hard. A road event is a road is an avenue, and an event may take place at a venue. Employed is used, and we've got a bit of interesting. This is one of these clues I'm saying is quite complicated in its construction. Really, U for university, and then a post is if you post something, you send it. But you need to take the N out of that, which gives you used. Whew, that's a lot of things going on. You've got to separate university from post. You've got to change post to be sending, and then you've got to take an N out of it. That's a bit of a lot going on in there. Very small, very little, sorry, is a smidgen. We've got a midge, which is an insect, trapped by a boy, sun trapping insect. Hostile is averse. If you state you aver, and then evacuated square is SE, so take out the all the letters in the middle of square, averse. English is E, 11 is XI in Roman numerals, and T for time gives you exit. You make your exit, you go out. Fresh is to, if you get fresh with someone, don't get fresh with me. You're getting insolent, maybe. Shoe insert is an insole, and then that needs trimming, the NT to begin with. So the needs trimming begin with N and T. So insolent. What do we got here? Burn slowly is to smoulder. Seconds is S. Decompose, moulder. Not really a word I've come across, but makes sense. Things become mouldy, then they must moulder to get to that state. Local inhabitant is a native. Innocent is naive, and that needs to go around the beginning of T of troubles, a T. A drum mostly, so we've got a tom-tom drum, but it's mostly, so we've lost the last M, so it's a tom-toe, and then fill it with an A. Tomato becomes a fruit, which is one of the older tricks that setters like to use, because not many people think of a tomato as a fruit. Seemingly only off, so something's not on. I'm not sure what's happening. Seemingly only off in the middle of the day. So the middle of the day is definitely noon. Seemingly only off, not quite sure. It's something to do with no on. It's not on, no on. Not keen on that one, if I'm honest. Soldiers is an army. Being silly, going topless, so they are the balmy army, as the England cricket supporters like to say. So there we go, all done, 1407. I'm pretty pleased with that, because there was a lot of, especially that used one's a good example of a three-step clue. U for university, so you've got to abbreviate university, you've got to take post, to change post from being a job to an action of sending it, and then take out the N for send. But there's a few others like that as well. So there we go, all done. Thanks for watching.